I think no matter what clients I see within a couples therapy setting, there is always the same reoccurring theme, which is having problems with their communication. And their problems with their communication run quite deep. In other words, one person or both people aren't actually being listened to. And in not being listened to, we're not being heard. And in not being heard, we're certainly not being respected. And that's where frustration and resentments build, and that's where arguments happen. So then the question is, well, what can we do about our communication then? And there's this fantastic communication tool created by Carl Rogers, the humanistic psychologist. And it's called the non-judgmental conversation. And I'll run you through it. This is how it works, okay? So in advance of the conversation, you both want to map out a list of your thoughts, your feelings, what's been going on for you in this relationship, how the other person's behaviors have been affecting you. You want to map that out in 2 lists. And the reason why you want to do that is so that you don't trip yourself up when you're articulating it when you're together. You also want to be sure to make sure you're doing this in a non-judgmental way. You don't want to just do this to hurt the other person, because you could both play that game. You want to articulate yourself honestly. Okay. Then once you've both done that, you come together. Okay. Flip of a coin, who goes first. Say, for example, you go first. You then read off, your experiences, what's been going on for you, your thoughts, your feelings, how the other person's action are affecting you. Whilst you're doing this, the other person is listening quite attentively. They're not interrupting you. And again, this is a non-judgmental conversation. They're not taking things personally. They're accepting this as your truth in this relationship. Then they're listening quite attentively during this process. And the reason why they're listening quite attentively is because once you've finished, they only get their go once they've articulated back to you what they've just heard. So you finish and they'll articulate back what they've just heard. They'll say, okay, I hear that when I do this, it makes you feel like this, and you've been feeling like this recently, is that right? And only when the other person says, yep, that's what I've been saying, that's what I've been feeling, does then the other person get a go, okay? So then they have their turn, they express what's been going on for them, their thoughts, their feelings in the relationship, and again, the other person listens non-judgmentally and nods along. Now, that can be quite difficult, if you do feel your tension's rising, just take 5 minutes, just say, I just need to take 5 minutes to go away and have a break, do a little briefer and come back. That's absolutely fine. Then when that person's finished, the other person will reiterate, I hear you're saying this, when I do this, it makes you feel like this. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. Now, once we've got through that stage, we've just got to admire that for what it is. I mean, that's something that most couples don't have. Already, we've just created an amphitheatre, a place where you can both be heard without being judged. You can articulate yourself without being shut down. Now, that's huge towards building mutual trust. So big tick for that, okay? Then when that's done, we want to pick something off of each other's list that we're happy to work on. Try and keep it simple in the beginning. So it might be like,